Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Nick, your favorite personal growth coach. And I am excited because this is our holiday session of adulting in my purpose. I'm so excited. It's Christmas time, y'all. It's the holiday. December is almost over. I hope you all are having a blessed holiday season as you all get, I hope you guys are not gathering, but having a wonderful and safe Christmas holiday. You know, there's so much to be grateful for, so much to be thankful for. This year has been like none other, but you know, we are still here. We are still standing. God is still in control and God is still in the blessing business. And we are just grateful and thankful for this holiday season to celebrate. I am a woman of faith, so this is a season to celebrate. Jesus is the reason for the season, right? And just celebrate love and kindness and all of the things that we are grateful for the holiday season. So you all are, I hope you all are being safe. So thank you for tuning in and welcome to Adulting in My Purpose. You know, we are here every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking to our young people, talking to young adults, our millennials, our older next Gen Zers, all about personal growth and development. For those, so if you are watching for the first time, go ahead, say hello. Let me know. Put your name and shout out in the comments. Let me know that you're watching. Like, share, show me some hearts, start some watch parties. So we thank you for tuning in. And if you're tuning in for the first time, I always like to do an official introduction. So my name is Dr. Nicole Rankin. I am a certified personal growth coach with the John Maxwell team, and I help young leaders with their personal growth and development through speaking, teaching, and coaching. I help young leaders develop their leadership skills, their self-awareness, and help them enhance their communication skills so they can use all of the soft skills and tools that we teach them to be able to see, own, and achieve their dreams. And it has just been an amazing journey in this space, in this process of helping young leaders all across the globe. And literally, when I say all across the globe, you guys, you know, earlier this year, we had a great partnership with Violet Mbiti. And if you missed our session with her a couple of weeks ago, go back and look at the replay. And with that partnership, we have the opportunity to branch out and bring Adulting in My Purpose to the young people in Kenya, Africa. I mean, God is just so amazing and he's just continually open doors. So we have been doing cohorts of the Adulting in My Purpose course over there as well as over here. So it has been an amazing journey, and I've met some amazing and great young people who have vision. They have a purpose, sense of purpose, and they're wanting to move forward, and they have come through the course and are just blazing the trails, reaching their goals, making an impact in their country, in their community. And it's just an amazing thing to lead this movement, as I call it. It is a movement of our next generation, our young leaders who are stepping up and truly finding their purpose in life and living in the giftings that God has given them. So today, you know, all month we're showcasing our Millennials Making Moves in the community. But today we have an amazing millennial who is making moves, and she is coming all to us all the way from Kenya, Africa. So today I want to introduce to you Robertinah Mbula. Hello, Robertinah. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Is
Thank
it
you
is
so
it
much.
techno- Thank you for your time. Isn't technology so great that we can touch and connect all the
Yeah,
way across continents, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
wonderful. So
yeah.
guys, let me tell you a little bit about Robertina. Robertina has 6 years experience in the financial accounting, social entrepreneurship, and talent and events industry. She is the founder of Tina Models. It's an organization that recruits and educates aspiring qualified talents majoring in modeling while serving as representing scouting and casting agency for modeling talent. She has her bachelor's degree in commerce and finance. She has so many accolades. She has completed a regional leadership center with a cohort program for public management. She has been took part in the Africa Change Makers Initiative program on African youth policy, African youth agenda, and civic engagement. She is involved in so much leadership, mentorship, project management. She has also completed the Sexual and Reproductive Health Kenya training program by Learnaholics Academy in Africa. So she envisions herself to be a source of inspiration, youth and vast knowledge of public management, youth mobilization, sexual and reproductive health, leadership and mentorship, and community growth. She is amazing, guys. She has it going on and doing some great things and impacting our young people. And not only does she hope to become a greater leader, a change maker, and inspire millions globally, she is actually a graduate of the Adulting in My Purpose course. So she's going to share, and this is just going to have a great time today. So again, thank you, Robertina, for joining us. And
It's
so
my pleasure.
let's just start and just talk about uh your reason for taking the Adulting in My Purpose course.
Yeah, well, when I saw the advertisement for the Adulting in My Purpose course, on a personal level, I was at a very at a point in my life when I could not say exactly where my life was heading to. I knew I had all these dreams that I wanted to achieve. I had already begun working on some of them, but I wasn't really sure. I didn't have like a path to follow and know exactly how I'm supposed to plan my days, plan my goals, and how to achieve them. So when I saw the Adulting in My Purpose, it resonated with me at that particular moment, and it felt like the place that I needed to be. And immediately I sent in my application, and a few weeks later, I got the notification that I had actually qualified to be in the first cohort for the Kenyan training. I was so happy to do the training, to learn so many tiny lessons about life that we never actually we never know about. We just cruise through life and skip the most important parts. But the Adulting in My Purpose training gave me an insight into those very important pieces of life that we need to put together so that we can have a consistent or and a comprehensive way to go on about achieving a purposeful adult life.
I love it. I love it. So, uh, thank you for sharing that. So, as you know, Adulting in My Purpose was strategically designed for a young leader like yourself to help them, clarify their vision, discover who they are, and truly map out a solid plan for their next step. So what do you feel are some of your biggest challenge as a young leader, trying to find your way, trying to find, your place in life? What are some of the biggest challenges that you face?
Okay, I face so many challenges as a young person, and I think these are also challenges that other young people are facing, especially here in Kenya. And in the age bracket that we're in, we have just been bombarded with so many challenges like mental health, there's debt, there's social media, cyberbullying, lack of jobs, and all these things. Personally, for me, the lack of jobs is something that has highly impacted me because when I decided to start the Tiana Models Foundation, the main reason was to avail income earning opportunities to people, to talented people. But that has been a challenge, especially now when the pandemic hit Kenya. Usually, when we get jobs for the models registered in our agency, we have like a period of time to prepare. But now you just get impromptu notification that you need to avail models like tomorrow, and it's really challenging for most of the girls. They have issues with transportation, as maybe like where I come from, I don't live in the city in Kenya, that is Nairobi. I live like 3 hours away from the city. So if we have members ready to perform or to go to an audition, they can't really get there in such a short time because there's a issue of money to use in terms of transport, accommodation, and food and all that. So we end up missing out on opportunities that are enabling us to make some money so that we can have also that we can earn a living. Another thing is the challenge of debt, financial debt. In Kenya, I don't know if it's the same over there, but in Kenya there are so many uh, mobile loan applications that are offering small loans like 5,000 Kenyan shillings. That's like $50, and young people are falling for that trap. And you'll find a young
Mhm.
person with 10 mobile loan apps that are demanding for repayment of, like, each one has like $50, and by the end of the day you find this young person is really overwhelmed. They don't know how to manage that debt, and it came in so easy, even without acknowledging the fact that they do not have an income to sustain or to service that short loan. So those are some of the challenges that I am facing as a young person, and I am facing them also through the young people and the members in our organizations that we work with, the challenges that they bring to us whenever they have an issue, telling us, let's talk about this, help us on this area. And these are some of the things we face. And, at the end of the day, it's what leads to mental health problems. Like now, if someone is maybe 22 years old, they have over 100K amounts in debt. They have no income. The schools are closed right now. And even if they go to school, they're also struggling because most of these people come from remote areas. They're relying on bursaries and sponsorships. And if they don't get that, maybe their education comes to a stall. So it's really challenging out here. And over time, I think we as young leaders, we come up with ideas and solutions that are sustainable to be able to help our fellow young friends and ourselves as well, so that we can be able to, sustain a favorable life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. A lot of times when we are in our own life, we fail to understand there's a whole world out there. There's a big world, and there are people on the other side of the world living life. And a lot of times we're actually all going through the same problems. We just maybe in different locations. So you all have financial debt there. We have it too here. So that's something that we don't escape that. So, as a young person in dealing with your challenges, you talked about finding ways to create income to come in. So, thinking about what was one of the goals that you wanted to accomplish when you decided to join Adulting in My Purpose and take the course.
Okay, so before I started the Adulting in My Purpose course, I had several skills that I had already started to learn. I wanted to know more about sexual reproductive health because it's something that is rising here. It's like a mini pandemic in Kenya with the rising teenage pregnancies and people not knowing their sexual reproductive health and rights. That was one thing. I also have other skills in social media marketing. There are so many things. Usually, okay, for me, what I do is that I believe that there's no limit to learning, and I'm always trying to learn new things. And then it had reached a point where I think I had so many of these things lining up, but I didn't know how to consolidate them to work for me. Now that was one thing I wanted to accomplish, to put all those skills in a package that I could use to sell myself as a brand. The other thing I wanted to achieve was to streamline my business. I have a small retail shop in Nanyuki, which is in Laikipia County in Kenya, and also there I have one staff that I manage, and it had gotten to a point where I could not really follow up on the performance of the business. And it was because so many things are overwhelming me, personal things like having a baby, staying at home, working at home, not having to go to town because of the pandemic, and all that just put the business in a bad position. And then now the other third goal I wanted to achieve from the Adulting in My Purpose course was to get now my life in order, get my skills, my business, and my life in order. So those are the things that I really wanted to get to have had put in order by the end of the adulting in my purpose course. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you went through the 7 days course where we intense 7 days for where we did each day we did a part of our seven journeys of self discovery. So by the end of the course you came in with the goals and the desires that you want to have. So by the end of the course, the end of the 7 days, what was some of your results that took place, the transformation that happened during the course of those 7 days?
Okay. I remember one instance during the 7 days when we were talking about the limiting beliefs. And I remember that time thinking really deeply about myself, and how when it comes to networking, it's really a challenge for me. If I may be in a crowd of people and I have all this knowledge, I have a good degree, I have a business that I started, I have things that I know I can give to the world and they will be of benefit. But when I'm in a crowd of people, usually I don't know, somehow I can't talk, and I just keep quiet. And usually most of my friends, even they'll tell me that, Robertina, you're so quiet. But in my mind I'm like, no, I'm talking. Can't you hear what I'm saying? It's like it, it's my nature to be just a quiet person. But that was a challenge for me because I'm losing out on opportunities to network with people who can bring positive change in my organization. I can get networks that will help to elevate myself as a brand, elevate my organization, and the people who depend on that organization. So I learned that I should not be afraid to speak up, especially if I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. And after that, I have been practicing it. Since then, I've been practicing it, and I've been very intentional about walking up to people who I think can be of help and telling them this is what I do, and this is how you can help, and this is what it will benefit the people that you're helping. So I think that was the highlight of the whole training. And of course getting the format that it's like a life format of the solid plan, getting everything in order, pulling your resources and understanding the inside and out of every plan or every goal that you want to achieve. I also learned about failing forward, because failure is part of life. And if we are too afraid to fail, we'll never grow. We'll always be, I want to be a perfect person. I want to make sure that whatever I touch does not fail, whatever I touch does not go wrong. But we have to be open to the idea of failing, because it is in failure that we get to learn new things. We get to understand how things can be done in a better way, so that when we try them next time, we know exactly what it is that we're doing in a more enlightened manner.
I love it. Looks like you had a great time going through the course and having a wonderful transformation just in the 7 days. Now, sometimes people think that you have to take this long drawn out year courses to develop, but you did all of that in 7 days. How was that for you?
Well, for me, even the people around me, my friends, my partners, they did notice the change, because before the course, I honestly was a very different person as compared to who I was after the course. If I told you, I remember telling you that during that time, it's the time I applied for the YALI Regional Leadership Center training, and I was so
Mhm.
confident. I think ideas were just flowing into the answers, and what I did led me to get selected for that very prestigious training offered by USAID and the Kenyatta University in Kenya and Deloitte. So I think it's a life change. I think it would be so good that if every young person would be able to access the Adulting in My Purpose course, because the lessons you get there, you don't find them lying around the streets or in books or in a TV. They are just unique lessons that we need to be told, regardless of even how old we are. It may be for young people, but I think even older people could benefit a lot from this, because there's a lot of confusion in this world. We are taught from a very young age, go to school, get married, get a good job, get married, have kids, and that is it. It's like a fixed way to live life, but there's more to that. There's more to ensuring that every day of your life counts. I remember in the lessons, there's a time you were telling us to make sure that we track every 15 minutes of the day. Let no time go to waste, because time is money, and if time is going to waste, you're losing money, in the real sense. So I think that whole course was a really eye opener for me, and I would recommend any young person, if you feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you don't know where to begin, or you have so many ideas that you want to put together, this is the course for you. This is uh, the training that will shape you, will open up your mind and help you to become the person you are meant to become in life. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and I thank you for trusting me with the process. I know when we start the course, I give people my disclaimer, and I tell people that this is going to take sacrifice. That this is going to take you being open and being vulnerable to go deeper within. A lot of times when you're trying to uncover and discover your purpose and who you are in your place, we look for external answers, right? But that this success that you want is an inside job. So I tell people that this is it's going to be painful. Sometimes it's going to be painful. It might make you cry, it might make you mad, but if you're committed to the process, it can be life changing. So I thank you for being committed, because Robertina, she was there every single day, ready with her notes, with her homework, because you guys know that I like to give homework. You with her homework, and ready to embrace that process. So there's so many things and so many obstacles that young people go through, the challenges. But think about some of the good things. What are some of the best things about being a millennial during this time?
Well, I think we may some of most of us actually. Let me just say, most of us, especially from around here, we may not know how lucky we are to be living in this age, because like now you're all the way, you're a continent away from me, but we are able to connect. You are able to change my life just because there's this technology. As a young mom, or a first time mom, I had no idea how to do the whole mothering thing. And uh, my own mother passed away when I was 16, no, 15 years old. And I had already imagined a life where By the time I get to have a child, I will know exactly what I should do. But I got the baby and I didn't know anything. But thanks to this age that we're living in, there's Google and there's phones and there's online support groups. You can talk to people and they'll guide you and they'll help you. I'm able also, not only that, through the organization that I founded, I'm able to use online platforms to create online courses for the people who want to do modeling. Even now, we are going to expand to start training globally, giving the course that we are offering to the young people here. We can now start sharing it, and maybe the rest of the world can start learning from us from here in Kenya and get to experience how the modeling scene is like here in Kenya. I We are living in an age where setting trends on social media can make things change. Here in Kenya, we had there was a time the people we call them Kenyans on Twitter. It's KOT, and KOT will one day wake up and decide to tweet against something that is not right within the society, and immediately the government officials will pick it up and make sure that they change and do things accordingly. So the eyes are everywhere and life is so much better. I think we are living in a in a really if there comes a better time than this, then it will be just an amplification of the good that we have right now. We are able to change lives. We have the, like now we are in the period of the 16 days of activism against violence against women. There was that hashtag, the Me Too hashtag, and it went globally. And women were able to come out and talk about their issues, and it brought change. So I think where we are right now, we are in an age where personally I'm really enjoying it. And given that I can just, I don't have to always go to town to look for movies. I have Netflix in my house. I can just stream a movie and just have fun from where I am. I don't have to go all the way looking for those small rounded discs that carry the movies. I think this life is so good, right where we are right now. Life is good, and it's about young people to be creative, to know where they fit in, and align their purpose within the place that they come from.
I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you just living life, and life is to be lived. And so many times we can get so bogged down with making a life that we forget that we can have to live our life and enjoy the present. So the fact that you're living your life, you're enjoying your life. That is where I believe that God want us to be, in that life of abundance. Even in the times of struggle, because there are always going to be struggle, there are always going to be challenges. But you find, as the word said, that you find to be content with where you are. So I love that. And yes, we Netflix and do the same thing, stream a movie. And it's a great thing how we have evolved, especially with technology, to be able to expand our reach and expand our impact. So you mentioned some of the great things that you were doing with your business. So tell us about your business. What is your business? How you got started? What is your mission? And what are the things that you are doing?
Okay. My business now is the Tiana Models Foundation. The Tiana Models is an academy and an agency for modeling talent here in Kenya. We produce models for commercial adverts, for fashion shows, for product catalogs, for magazine covers, and the likes. The reason why I started this organization was to bring awareness that there is a career in the modeling industry in Kenya. When you come here, you will find that the modeling is basically viewed as just a hobby. And when you turn left, right, and center, almost everyone is a model. But do they really know what it takes to be a model? Do they know that there are contracts that you should read? before you enter into any agreement to do a modeling work. There are poses to learn. There's a portfolio for you to develop so that you're able to book as many jobs as you can. So all that we do them through the academy, and then once the models have become qualified trained models, then we put them out there in the market and they're able to get jobs, and this way we're able to achieve our goal of giving a source of income to these young people and who come to the organization with the main purpose of learning all about modeling. Personally, about in the year 2011, I was in college, and that time I remember one day I was leaving the library. I was such a bookworm, but when I was leaving the library, my friends, they told me, Robertina, you have good physical features. Why don't you go and try out the college that I was at is called Tracom, Miss Tracom College. There's a contest. I had no idea what that was. I didn't know I could ever become a model, but I went in regardless because I'm really open-minded. I went in. The trainer there, she saw me and she told me, "Yeah, come in." We trained for 2 weeks, and then I went to contest. And luckily, I think it's by virtue of merit and talent I got to become the winner of that pageant. And then I tried another pageant. It was called Miss Flamingo. I became the winner. I tried Miss Peace. I became the winner. I moved now towns to a different town called Naivasha. Now, Naivasha, they had another contest called Face of Naivasha. I went there. I was completely new in that town. I knew nobody, but I still decided to contest in that event. And I won that event as well. So those are some of the places or spaces of my life that showed me that I had the potential. So I learned everything I needed to learn about the modeling industry, the pageant industry, and I put all that information now into the organization. Back then, it was really hard because you would go for a fashion show and get paid like $2, and the agent there tells you that that is all because we have so many expenses to pay, and you've been working months selling tickets for people to come to the event, and then at the end of the day you get paid $2. It was really bad, and it was more of exploitation, and it was giving the modeling industry a bad name. And that is also another reason why I decided to start this modeling academy, so that the models who come through our agency, they're able to say that there's actually a sustainable career in modeling, and that it is not exploitive. It is something that can hold you for a long time in your life. Even if you do it part-time, you're able to make your extra income, and that is something good for young people.
I love that. I love that. And congratulations for taking a step and starting your own business, using your talents, using your gifts to help others, bring awareness that they have talents and they could generate income through modeling. I remember when you were going through the course and you shared some of the things that you were teaching many of the young women that are going through the course. You're teaching them about self-esteem and self-confidence, and talk a little bit more about the lessons that your participants and recruits are getting in the process.
Okay, so we teach the models about self personal branding, and this is very important because we need the members to have the confidence whenever they walk into an audition room. They are able to bring a sense of confidence to the panelist that is auditioning, and they're able to immediately give a first time impression that they are actually qualified for the job. Another lesson we teach is on makeup, because at the end of the day, you want to look good. As much as we all are after having natural looks, it's always good to make yourself pop. Don't look like you've neglected yourself. Taking care of your skin by drinking water, simple things like drinking water, personal grooming, and all those things. And besides that, we also believe in giving back to the society. Actually, our main theme is using talent as a tool to bring positive change in our communities. Because now what we do is that these members, we help them come up and establish social impact projects, maybe through environmental conservation, wildlife conservation education, menstrual health management, uh, things to do with drug abuse and control, all those things, mental health awareness. So each member, at the end of the day, we look at how many of these members who came to our training chose to come up with a social impact project. So we help them develop maybe a community-based organization so that when they go back to their homes, they have something to give back. So in essence, if we are using talent to drive that positive change in our communities, because there are so many issues affecting the society, lack of food, poverty levels are rising day by day, and we need these young people to only just use their talent as a form of having fun and making money, but also come up with projects that are able to get full sponsorship and get funded and go back to the communities and bring change, even by digging boreholes, so that people can get simple things like water.
Awesome. And I love that. I love the community piece because that's what it's all about. You know, we are placed on this earth with the gifts and talents that God has given us to serve Him, but also to serve others. And how we do that, I believe it's our responsibility to figure out ways that we can be change agents in the world. And sometimes it can be such a simple thing to do something for good within our community. So I congratulate and excited about the work that you're doing with your participants in developing them, helping them see their potential, helping them build the confidence and the self-awareness that they have. But not only that, showing them that they have a civic duty of civic engagement to give back to their community and to make their community better. I totally love that. So,
Mhm.
um, as we're thinking about your time through the course, give the audience, let's say, one or two things that you learned in the course that resonated, because you took the course back in July, I think, when you were part of our first cohort. That we did with our Kenya population. So, what was one or two things that you learned during the course that still resonates with you today?
For me, it is failing forward. That is resonates with me because there are all these things that I'm trying to achieve, and not everything goes in line with how you plan it in your head. And failing is part of life. So failing forward is one of the things that I learned, and it's always been part of me. And it has always helped me to think and remember that when things are not going right, it doesn't mean that they are ending. It means that we can just take a pause and re-strategize and look back at my solid plan and see where things are going wrong, and I'm able to uh, rectify and get back on track. The second thing was to be intentional about how I live, about the relationships that I make with my friends, with my partner, with my family, even with my child. And that phase of being intentional has stuck with me because every day in the morning I ensure that I achieve something I like to call, that like a daily achievement whereby I have my mind and body and soul and spirit in one harmonious place. I know what I'm expecting that day to happen. So I live life intentionally, knowing I'm doing this in the morning because in the afternoon I'll be doing this, or I'm going to sleep right now because I'll be working at some other time. I'm planning my life on the basis of being intentional with everything that I am doing, even with the social media posts that I make on my pages, the YouTube posts, and events that I get to attend. There are places that I'm choosing and very consciously knowing that this could help me. But the way when I weigh the pros and the cons, I see that my going to that event may not be of benefit to me. So I I make a very sound decision that I will not go, and that is something that I'm at peace with. So being intentional and failing forward has been the highlights of the adulting in a purpose course for me.
I love that. And you said something that helps people to know that once you get an understanding of who you are and what it is that you want to do in life, that you can be able to have that clarity and you move a little bit different. You move more with certainty. You move more with intentionality. Your days are more clearer. Your walk and your journey is more clearer. So again, I enjoyed having you in the course and on the show. You were doing some amazing things just to see you to continue to grow, to see you to continue to adult in your purpose. And not only you, as you're adulting in your purpose, you're helping others adulting your purpose. So you have taken, I read over your bio, and you've been involved in a lot of programs. You've been involved in a lot of leadership programs, mentorship programs. Have you ever taken a course like Adulting in My Purpose before? And what makes this different?
Um, I have never been in a course like the one adulting in my purpose gave us, because adulting in my purpose is more of elevating, or empowering the people who are already leaders. And we are leaders there, we are up there, but we are still not sure of how we are supposed to get to the people, still balance our own lives. So adulting in my purpose was the high, it was a course that I think changed my life. I've been to several trainings, but they are more of leadership training. And as much as they are also good, they teach you on issues that are on the ground, that are external, outside your own personal life. They teach you about what the government should, how the government should work, how civil society organizations should work, how to fundraise for your organizations, what the those African youth charters talk about, how you fit in and all that. So all those lessons are very important, but they are external and they're not impacting me internally. And for me to be able to implement all those lessons, I think adulting in my purpose course was really necessary for me, because it touched on the internal parts of me. When I put it I put myself like an organization. There's that external, and this is now internal. So adulting in my purpose touches you. It touches on new issues that affect you directly, and then when you have a whole or a fully functioning life, you're able to go out there confidently, knowing exactly what it is that you want to do, what you want to achieve, and all those other things, they fall into place so easily. So as much as we're learning and learning and learning, I think lessons like the ones we got at Adulting in My Purpose, they're really important for for you to have a life that makes sense for yourself and for people around you. Because at the end of the day, what matters is what is the result that you're giving to the people that you serve. You may have all this knowledge, but if you do not know how to deliver it, then it is really in vain. So having the Adulting in My Purpose course really helped me on that note.
Awesome, awesome. And so again, we were grateful to have you a part of our first cohort, and we're looking to do some more work there coming in the new year. So let people know, and I want to put your information on the chat so people can know how to get in touch with you. Are you on social media? Um, put your add the banner. So how can people, audience, get in touch with you and learn more about what you're doing?
Okay, you can reach me through email, which is robertinahn@gmail.com. And also on Facebook, I am Robertinah Mbula. I am on Twitter as well and Instagram, both at Robertinah Mbula handles, and YouTube as well. I create YouTube videos that are basically meant to help people get knowledge about modeling, social entrepreneurship, and I also have a hobby that I love to share with people out there, which is about hair, natural hair maintenance. So that
Okay.
is where people can find me. Yeah.
Okay, so let me get your social media handle again.
At Robertina Mbula.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. So, guys, we have amazing young people, not only in the US, but all over globally, doing some great things, helping the community, helping other people grow. So, Robertina is one of them. She is a millennial making moves, and she is coming all the way to us from Kenya. And it is amazing just a sweet spirit and knowing that God is doing some great things in her life and continuing to grow her and her business. So find her on social media. Make sure you make sure you share. If you have any information, if you're in that modeling space and have some tips and strategies or ways you can help to grow her industry and her business, please reach out. So again, at Robertinah Mbula, and she's on social media there as well. So it has been a great session. I love to. This is something that I love to do. I love interacting with our young leaders and just seeing the growth and seeing the impact. And again, so thank you, Robertina, for your time. Thank you for coming on and sharing your experience that you have had with adulting in my purpose. And we continue to pray that God continues to open the doors and to meet your needs so you can continue to expand and enlarge and continue to make a difference and continue to impact the people in your community.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was really wonderful to be here. I always feel refreshed every time I have a session with you, and it's really uplifting.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mm.
Awesome. Well, I love it and I love you. And we'll definitely continue to be in touch. So, guys, as we gear to end our show, I am full. I am grateful. And this holiday season, I just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. This year has been hit with some bumps and bruises, and we've had to learn how to pivot and learn how to make some changes and still figure out how to survive. And for me, the only way that I've done it is through the grace of God and His guidance. So I thank you for your continual support in my journey as an entrepreneur. You all, those that know me personally, know that in January I'll be three years in as an entrepreneur. Stepped out on faith to truly embrace what God has called me to do. So I'm just grateful this holiday season, and I thank you, and I thank God for all that He's doing, and I'm excited. I am like thrilled, excited about the coming new year. There are so many things that I see and some of the things that are being planned already. Because remember, we're planning now. So we don't plan in January. We start planning for the new year now, and getting our things in place. We don't want to wait. So making sure by the end of the year, if you haven't started, if you haven't created that vision plan, if you haven't created your solid plan yet, now this is the time to do it. You need to do it before December 31st. Before December 31st hits, you need to have a plan of what you're going to do and what 2021 is going to look like, what your goals are going to be, what are some of the things that you're wanting to accomplish, and how are you going to accomplish. Set your intentions. Make sure you put a plan in action so that when 2021 hits, you hit the ground running and you can continue to grow, and you don't have to wait. You don't have to wonder, what is it that I'm going to do? You'll already be ahead of the curve. So thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday. And I thank you guys. And we will see you again next week, Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on Adulting in My Purpose. And again, if you don't have the journal, you can get that on Amazon.com. We will be starting, for those Kenyan millennials that are watching, we will be doing another cohort that will start in January. I'll be getting with Violet to get those specifics. So look out for that. Be on the lookout. And if you are in the US, the course is available for registration. The link is in the comments. It's showing on the screen. Go ahead and register. We'll start in January for our US cohort as well. So go ahead, get that link, register. You can see that this course is a game changer. So if you are looking for clarity, looking kind of for some direction and on your next step, and wanting to know how to move forward, Adulting in My Purpose is for you. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.